I got two blunts in my thoughts. Mind if I share that with you? Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? My name is Dontavius Rowe. Welcome to another episode of Smoked Out Conversations. I'm actually I always have a lot on my mind, but I'm actually I'm not I'm not in a bad place today. I got a chance to hang out with my mom, watch the Bears game. We haven't been around each other in like 2 months, almost three. It just felt nice to be around family. Well, at least my mom again. 1 second. Okay, we good. Yeah, just haven't got a chance to be around family for a minute. Well, at least my mom. I haven't seen my nieces and nephews since I moved. It's crazy because when I was at the doctor's, when I used to live in Champaign with Boone, I was diagnosed with social anxiety and separation anxiety. And being away from my family, I didn't think it would bother me that much, but it did. Like, I don't mind being alone, but if I know that they're nearby, then I'm good. And this is the furthest well, this is, we've lived further away from each other. Like, the furthest I've ever lived away from my family is when they were in Illinois and I was in Japan. That's the furthest we've ever been and the longest we've been separated. But back then, I was a kid turned into a teenager, so I didn't understand that. I didn't understand anxiety back then. You got to think about it. In the 80s and 90s, anxiety wasn't a thing, especially like it is now. So, I didn't know that that's what I was going through at that time. But like I said, anxiety is like a new thing now. Mental health is a new thing now. Although I think a lot of this shit is phony, but to the people that really go through it, I feel you. I feel your pain. And everybody go through things differently. Like when it comes to being around people at first, I used to be the social butterfly. But then again, I wasn't fat. I didn't have a care in the world and I didn't care what people thought about me. Now that I'm older, one, I still don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. It's just I'm fatter. I have low self esteem, and even before the low self esteem, I always had social anxiety. And I think it was because I was bullied when I was younger. People used to make fun of me, made me feel a way about my appearance, and a lot of it was my fault. Here I am blaming myself for what everybody else did to me. Ain't that a bitch? No, excuse me. But yeah, that was my thing. I'm like, uh, uh, I uh, I always put the blame on me for some reason. I don't know why I do that, but like I said, it's a thing called accountability, and I have that for myself. So even though they was making fun of me, I blame myself for being the butt of the joke and not defending myself. I blame myself for that. As far as anything else goes, you know, I don't know. But when I was living away from my family, that's when I realized, like, yo, I would love to have them around, but I want to be alone. So when I decided to move into my first apartment, well, my second apartment, so to speak, my second apartment, I was in the same complex as my mom. Well, not the same complex, but I was in the same area. I was literally like right across the parking lot. I was living alone, doing my podcast. That's where you guys see, if you subscribe to the Judgment Podcast, I think the first 25 episodes I was in my apartment where I was living close to my mom, if I'm not mistaken. The first 25 episodes. Hell, might even be more episodes than that. But yeah, I was living there with my mom. And I ended up being homeless for a little bit. Found me a new apartment. And that's where you see the rest of the episodes of the Judgment Podcast and this. Where me and my brother actually got along. I'm good with the nigga now. It's just, if you peep my last episode, I'm keep me out of it. We have no beef. There's no beef between me and my brother. We're good. I'm glad we shook hands. And I'm at peace with that. But as a damn near 40-year-old man, I have no time to be arguing with other men. Or women for that matter. But back to my separation anxiety. I had that when I was away from my family. Part of me still has it now. Because yeah, my family wasn't the best. We didn't have the best relationship, but it was good to be around them. Especially the kids. I miss the kids. I miss my nieces and nephews. You know, at least I knew they loved me genuinely. Sometimes I feel like the love of my family is a little bit artificial, but that's a lie. At least I hope it's a lie. Cause I just wanna be in a better place with my family, especially with what's been going on lately. So I feel like the family aspect is important. And now that I moved into my new spot, it's just like, damn, Donnie, you have to get used to being away from family. Even though technically I can still see them. But between my work schedule and everything, it's hard to be around them. This is why I'm like trying to really pump out content without forcing it on YouTube or Rumble or whatever platform that I'm on. That's why I'm trying to pump out the content, because it's just like I want to do this full time so I can see my family more, and at the same time try to provide a positive message or honest message to the people that sit down and listen to me for 10 or 15 minutes or however long I decide to talk. Because I feel like when it's time for me to come home to the high power, this is all I have. Because even in my own household, even in my own household, I had to create my own existence. I told my homeboy that when you walk into somebody's house, and when you walk into somebody's house, the first thing you notice is pictures. Pictures are basically stored memories from the day that you took them, because as soon as you see that picture, you remember what happened. You remember the people you were around. You remember the events of that day. So when you see those pictures, it forever traps that memory. So that way, whenever you see it, you like, oh wait, that was a great day. And I told my bro, I was like, bro, when I walk into your mom's crib, what's the first thing you see? Pictures of you. She literally got a whole wall of every year that you were in school up into college and shit of you graduating. Every moment she has a picture with you in it. And when you walk into your parents' house, you know you exist by the pictures that they put up or the accomplishments that they put up. Now, back in my old place, when I was living with my mom and them, I think it was when we were in Lions. I don't know, but it was in our last home together as a family. Where I told my bro, I said, when you walk into that crib, my mom's crib at the time, you don't see any pictures of me. And he's like, damn. I was like, and if you do, there's only two pictures of me. It was one from prom night and the one I took with my brother on his homecoming night. I said, I had to create my own existence at my mom's place. Because the only way I ever existed in my mom's place is if you actually saw me walk out the room and interact with you, or if you actually came across those pictures. That was my existence. And for a while, I didn't feel like I existed in my family. I don't know if some of y'all understand what I'm talking about. In the comment section, let me know. But in my own family, I felt like I didn't exist. Like, I only existed when they wanted me to do something. And I didn't realize how much that bothered me until I got older. And I started seeing things differently. My stomach hurting. I'm trying to smoke it away right now. I ain't gonna even hold you. But yeah, I always felt like, damn, like, do I exist in my crib? Do I exist to my family? And my family would beg to differ. And I'm glad they would, but there was a point in time where I felt like I didn't exist in my own home. And I had to create my own existence. I had to let people know that, hey, I'm here. I'm her oldest child. I exist too. And it was just the everyday struggle for me. Yes, I felt like I was the black sheep of the family. But yeah, I felt like I was the black sheep of the family. And like I said, I tried to be more involved with family activities. But for some reason, I always enjoyed isolating myself. It's crazy that I have separation anxiety, but I love isolating myself. Like, that's crazy to me. But yeah, I feel good when I'm alone. But I always want somebody around every now and again. And I just want to, I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, that separation. It's like it used to be crazy to me because I used to have these like anxiety attacks whenever I thought about my family. Cause I'm always worried about them. I try to make sure that everybody's good. Like I haven't seen my grandmother in months, and I love her and I miss her. But it's up to me to go see her. But I don't really know where she's at. To be real honest with you, I just know she's living in a home, and there are people that are taking care of her. I hope so. But I try not to worry about my family too much because I believe they're good. I hope they're doing better, you know, and I hope nobody's beefing with nobody because I don't want to deal with that. I don't lost too many good people to hear about family members beefing. Even my inner circle of friends, I don't want to hear about them niggas beefing. To be honest with you, because when Mike died, I was like, yo, I don't want to hear shit about y'all beefing. Sorry, I don't want to hear anything about y'all into it with each other. Mike just died. Mike was like literally the seed that was planted that grew this big family tree of friends that I have to this day. Mike and Ricky are the reasons for that. Because I've met some good people because of them. I came across a good family because of them. Like, for real. I wouldn't know Macho if it wasn't for Ricky. I wouldn't know Vince and them if it wasn't for Mike and them. I wouldn't. Let's be real here. There's a lot of good people that I met because of those two gentlemen. And I thank them for that. So. And I got love for all my friends. I'm not the best communicator when it comes to that. Communication was never really my thing. And it wasn't because I just hated doing it. It's just I didn't know how to do it. Because as good as I am with words, I don't know how to use them sometimes. And now that I found the vice in marijuana, to like, yo, I can slow down my thoughts and say these words correctly to a person without, coming off as disrespectful or like I just don't care, whatever the case may be. And it feels good. Like I just like the fact that the people in my circle are honest for the most part, and I'm honest to them for the most part, and we respect each other as men and women, because I have female friends, and you know, it's good. Excuse me, that was a good hit. But yeah, you know, I just try to keep my friends level headed. You know, I'm glad there are people that really give a fuck about me, and I give a fuck about them. And I just hope that I'm gonna keep seeing it because that's something I always want to speak into fruition. That I hope we all grow old together, and I mean 70s and 80s, and we're still friends, and we're still kicking until the high power calls us home. I really do want that for myself and all my friends. that we all get to enjoy the the fruits of our labor at our older ages. I want to be 80 years old, still smoking weed, still playing video games, still walking around, not fat, and just enjoy life, you know. So I just want to be happy with my friends. And I just want to be happy with my family too, cause it really put my mind in a different perspective when my mom asked me what she asked me about the whole life insurance thing, and I'm like, you know what, damn, mama, I didn't want to think about that. And when it comes to point between parent and child, we all want to bury one another before the other. Like I don't want to bury my mom before I don't. I'd rather my mom bury me than I bury her, and I know it's vice versa. But like I said, I hope my mom and pops can have long, prosperous lives, like 80. I just want us to live to our 80s. I ain't going to even lie to you. But I understand the high power has different plans. But, while I'm here, I'm going to try to convince him that, try to give the people I love 80 years on this earth, 80 plus years on this earth. So that way, if they do pass, I can accept it way better than if I was losing them while they were younger. But that's something I don't want to talk about anymore. I'm gonna really not talk about that anymore. But yeah, I can't believe I smoked 2 blunts already. But you know, I just figured I'd share a few of my thoughts. Just just happy that separation anxiety is a thing, especially when you're away from people you actually love. And I'm learning that now as I continue to live alone. And maybe part of the reason why I want a relationship now is because it's just like, yo, sometimes being alone sucks. Like, I want somebody that I can converse with on a daily basis. I want to be with a woman that like when we're not horny, when we're not trying to rip each other clothes off, that where I can sit down, watch a TV show or whatever, or play a video game, and we talk and we get to know each other. That's why I kind of like the whole long distance relationship thing, because it forces you to get to know that person. And if that person mentally ain't with where you at mentally, then it's easy to cut that person off, opposed to someone that's in front of you. Because anybody can put on a facade when they in front of you just to get what they want out of you. Men do it all the time with women. Like, men do it all the time with women. We put on a role in hopes that we can get your draws quicker than expected. And when it works, you get to know the real them. That's normally what a lot of men do. I'm guilty of it. Am I that way now? No. Nah. Because sex is good, sex is great, it's fun, I enjoy it. But after you bust that nut, after she busts her nut, it's just like, yo, I don't want to be around you anymore. And I don't want to feel that way with any woman I deal with. So, yeah, that's just something that was on my mind. I'm trying not to have another 30-minute conversation. But when you got a lot of thoughts running through your head like I do, sometimes you just get lost in them and You talking, you talking, and you know, I just hope y'all listen, or at least give me a chance to like get to know Dontavius, so that way, you want to know more about me or ask questions. So if y'all want to ask me a question, no goofy shit, please. But if you want to ask me a question, I'll be more than happy to answer it. Or you know, ask my thoughts on something. I'll be more than happy to look at it and talk about it. I'm nothing without the people who fuck with me. Okay, I don't give a damn about a person talking shit about me or a hater or whatever. I don't care. They're doing their job. Okay, be a hater. That's awesome. That's great. Round of applause. Like, what the hell you want me to do? But I'm nothing without the people that fuck with me. So, if you fuck with me, you'll go in the comment section, ask me a question, or ask me what are my thoughts on something. Well, it's basically asking me a question. Whether it's like a personal question about me or my thoughts on something, ask me. And I'm going to look at it and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the next episode. And we'll take it from there. But I'm not going to hold y'all up. I'm kind of sleepy. It's what? Almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to take me and my terrible sleeping habits, having ass to bed. And I'll talk with y'all in a couple days or a day or two. Why did I say the same thing? Anyway, I'll talk to y'all when I can. I got 2 blunts and my thoughts. Mind if I share that with you? Good night.